5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32.
Alright, what's up everyone? If you can't tell by the onboard audio and weird picture quality, we're going to be using a pocket camera today. This one's the DJI Fimi Palm 2, and I'm going to give you a real world look at how it looks, sounds, and so forth. Okay, so we're out here with the Fimi Palm 2. You're listening to the onboard audio. I have it exposed correctly using the 180 degree rule. So yeah, here's an example of how I sound and I look properly exposed with the onboard audio as well. So it's worth noting that entire bit was filmed in 4K 24 frames per second. I did some HDR testing, but right now we're going to switch back to 2K at 50 frames per second onboard audio. Okay, so hopefully when I had the microphone plugged in, we actually recorded sound. With the Palm 2, you don't have audio on your playback on board with the camera, so you're going to have to just trust in the system and hope that it recorded. Okay, so we're battling clouds with our exposure, and obviously we're not going to get a whole lot of dynamic range with a little camera like this. So I had to choose between properly exposing my face or through the clouds, and I'll just be blacked out silhouette. So here we are, hashtag no filter. How do I look? How's the quality? 4K 24 frames per second, plugged in mic. How about it? Okay, I just wanted to make a quick video glazing over the Palm 2 after using it for a few months and give you my opinions, what I like and dislike about the device thus far. Now, don't get mad at me. If you're watching this, you probably have the Palm 2 and some built-in predispositions of it, and I'm not here to change your mind. I think it's a great device. I just want to give you my opinion of what I think could be improved upon either in a firmware update or a future version of the Palm. Now, number one, the preamps aren't that good on the Palm 2. It sounds like you're talking through a sock, or better yet, a tin can with a sock over it. And it can be mitigated by using a cheap lav mic, an external recorder, or I'll leave a link in the description to microphones I like to use with the Palm 2. I'm not affiliated. I just like to use them on my pocket-sized devices. But yes, I'm just not a fan of the preamps. The second con to me would be the color signs. I think it looks a bit washed out. It can be fixed in post-production, but when you start to veer away from filming in 4K or anywhere around its native ISO of 100, it tends to look muddy and it's hard to work with in post-production. It looks pixelated. And when I usually film with a pocket-sized camera like the Palm 2 or the Pocket action cameras, I like to film in 2.7K at 50 frames per second, so I have a little bit of room in post-production to punch in or slow motion the footage. With the Palm 2, it just looks best at 4K 24 frames per second to me, and it's just the easiest to work with. And that kind of segues into my next con, which would be the low light. It's not that good. I mean,
It's to be expected when we're talking about a 1/2 inch sensor with an f2.8 aperture where everything's in focus because of its narrow aperture. But all of its predecessors, in my opinion, the GoPro, DJI, what have you, just look better than the Palm 2 in low light. Again, when you navigate around its base ISO, the colors wash out pretty quickly. Those are my cons. Are they deal breakers? No. But they're just something to keep in mind when I use the device. Now, the pros. The battery life absolutely blows DJI's out of the water. I feel like I've only charged it 5 times in the past couple months, and I use it pretty casually. And my second pro would be the 4K looks fantastic and, dare I say, professional, especially with its HDR mode. Or you start using manual, expose correctly, and throw on some snap-on filters. It looks great. And the third thing I like about the Palm 2, it's something that's grown on me since I've used it in my first video, would be the tracking. It has this gorilla grip that when it latches on, it does not give up. The reason I initially said I didn't like it as much as I like the Pocket 2s was you can't compose your image with tracking as easily as you can with the Pocket 2s. Tracking itself just simply works better than it does in the Pocket 2 so far. So yes, that's basically it. I love the Palm 2. It's a great little device, especially if you're just uploading for the web. Or maybe you want some sweet gimbal shots without having to carry around a 20-pound setup with you with a professional rig. The device does its job. And that's it. Be sure to subscribe to the Matt's Notes Instagram or my fun account, the Tan Toby Keith. Maybe spare change my other YouTube. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.